I mean, certainly, I think Xiaomi wanted to use those funds to help expand its international strategy. I mean, it's done tremendously well in the Chinese market, and it has put a strong foothold in the Indian market. It's now, I think, pretty much the top #1 smartphone seller in the Indian market. But it has aspirations for Indonesia, also for Europe, and indeed also the United States. So it wanted to put some funds together to meet those goals. It actually has achieved a tremendous amount, but it does have a number of hurdles to overcome.
And so why, Jake, the weakness today in this public debut? Is it because of everything that we're seeing revolving around trade between the U.S. and what's going on in China? Or is it something else? Is this just not seeing the growth story outside of those markets that you mentioned that investors want to see?
Sure. Well, I think there's definitely two parts to this equation. Certainly, yes, the tit-for-tat sort of spat's been going on between, at the political level between China and the U.S. has been, I think, unfortunate for this IPO. I think also there's a challenge for the triathlon. It's called the triathlon business model, which Xiaomi has put in place. It believes it's got sort of three sort of pillars. One is hardware, and the second one is internet services, and then the third is building out its retail presence. So it has built up around sort of 300 sort of physical stores. It's done a tremendous job selling smartphones. I mean, it went from the 9th placed vendor in 2016 into 2017 to the 6th place. And in the first quarter of this year, it's up to the 4th place in the global rankings of smartphone shipments. But we're well past sort of peak, what I can call sort of peak smartphone shipments. The last 2 years, it contracted 11% and 3%. But smartphones makes up about 70% of the revenues that come in for Xiaomi. So it's saying we've got a future, and that future is in internet services, but that only represents about 10% of its revenue right now.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.